Hello and welcome to this guided energy alchemy meditation. My name is Allie with Amariespeaks, and this is the second video or meditation offering within this series here. Welcome and thank you for taking the time to dive in and listen within yourself, your tower, the universe within you, to create deeper definitions, do deeper work for yourself, so you can serve yourself more clearly, love yourself with more clarity, honor yourself with more transparency. So thank you again for joining me, my friend. Take a moment to get comfortable, whether lying down or seated. I do suggest finding a position in which you are most comfortable in your physical body and in a place and space where you won't be disturbed and you will find yourself comfortable for the next little while, because today's listening focus will be within the physical aspects of our energetic tower, our light body vessel, this mind, body, spirit complex of systems and services, of layers and levels of being that we as human beings are. We are multi-dimensional beings. And so today we will dive into one layer of that dimensionality. As I said, this is an energy alchemy working within the tower model. If you are unfamiliar, don't worry. I will guide you through. Thank you for listening and allowing me this place and space of sovereign, alchemic transmutation. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to focus on the breath and get settled. So, on your own time, take a few comfortable breaths. Breathing in and out. Take a few cleansing deep breaths. Releasing all that has been before the now. Seeing it fade away on the exhale. Drawing a new, clear, cool, fresh breath on each inhale. And allowing everything to melt away on those exhales. your focus to the sensation of breathing. What do you first notice? Maybe it's the temperature of the air riding in, cooling the nasal passage. Maybe it's the rise and fall of the chest, the expansion, contraction of the lungs. Perhaps you smell a certain smell, or feel a certain discomfort even. Maybe you notice you feel rushed, agitated. Maybe it's a gentle, easy, peaceful breath. Let your breath speak to you. Let it show you what it needs. Watch it where it goes. Do you notice a certain theme, lack, restriction, abundance? Can you sense the fluid motion within the cycle of the in and out breath? Listen and observe, if you can, like an outsider, a fly on the wall, the cycle of your breath. Is there an evenness, or does one feel more desperate than the other? Do you feel one is chasing the other? It can't get enough. It needs more. Or can you see it, a balance between the two? Try to visualize the breath cycles like a spinning wheel. That yin white and black, chasing each other, spinning, the ebb and the flow. The sun and the moon, let the breath become long, like the days are long. Feel the rise of the inhale, like the rising of the sun. Freshness and newness, opportunity, bright beginnings, flooding in to the universe of you. Feel it hit that high noon peak of the day, of the afternoon even, and then crest and fall into the exhale, giving way to evening, to darkness, the release and relief of the exhale, calling forth in its own time the dawn, the inhale, that rising yet again comes, filling you up, calling you to action, flooding in light, newness, energy, information, in action. As it recedes and lets go, fading into softening down to that gentle good night. Easy exhales, just the right amount, the bottom of the pit. You can feel and sense the lightening, gentle inhale coming in. Try to make that inhale as graceful as the early morning light. Gradual dawning. See and feel, really be a part of this beautiful cycle and metaphor and visualization our breath holds within it for us to explore and experience, to be a part of. So breathe life into it. Really dive into the visualization, the cycle of your breath, your day, your time, your own great sun and moon, internal navigation, organic clockwork. Listen to it and watch it as it appears to you now, knowing that just as times change, celestial bodies change, progression of the dance shifts over time. So watch it now and appreciate it for what it is now. Yes, it seems the same, but there in itself is the newness, the nuance. Each cycle different and yet the same. Just as our days are underneath the stars, standing points in observation amidst microscopic and macroscopic dances, orchestrations, symphonies of all types, physical, mental, and spiritual. Solid and tangible physicality, magnetically calling forth its own gravities, pulsating and reverberating in its own unique, solid, somatic ways. Just as those inner mental electronic waves pulsate through the ether, information, knowledge, and wisdom coursing through synapses, pulsating such a different way, intangible almost, to the great physical grossness of our bodies, the largeness, solidity, can't quite grasp it completely. But it's there. We know it. We witness it. We measure it. The mental body is undeniable. Just as that great spiritual body is undeniable and even less describable, even harder to grasp, even more astral, gaseous, plasma, metaphysical body, imagination, completely unphysical. And yet, it is there. It flows like the wind blows, and you know it's there, permeating out from within, deep, deep within. The spirit pulsates from the 0 point of our torrido body, our physical body vessel. Our 3 layers work together so beautifully to create the wholeness, the light body vessel. Just as all the floors come together in a beautiful place and space in the imagination where we envision and work with the tower model. Our towers are represented like the centers of chakras within the body. They hold concepts, themes, and resonances uniquely divided, just like the spectrum of color, the rays of you, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, make up the floors of this beautiful tower. Make up the centers of your beautiful vessel. And just as the breath is a cycle and metaphor for the sun and the moon, we can use that as an ever-present tool for our alchemy session and working here within the tower to guide us and anchor us in the truth and in the realness of our visualization here. See yourself standing, beautiful place, your favorite space, beautiful meadow, organic landscape, beach, forest, wherever you feel called to today. See your tower rising up, straight out of the ground, magically, as if it was always there. See the beautiful sun, or maybe it's a bright full moon even. See the time of day you're called to, and know that that has great purpose within this working today as well. And each time it may be different when you return to this practice. So take note of the time of day or night before you step up to the door of your tower. Feel your feet on the ground. Appreciate the scene for a moment. See our beautiful tower rising straight out of the ground, maybe like a giant tree, or made of stone or brick. Perhaps it's glass or crystal even. Rising high into the sky, you can just see the turret tower top, an antenna, a wind vane maybe, glistening up there, just above the top of your head. You can feel the resonance, receiving and sending transmissions up there, so high in the sky, above the clouds. Your feet are so firmly planted on the ground here. Wiggle your toes and remember where they are, firmly planted in front of this door to your tower, which sits like a root cellar, basement, bulkhead door, where you must step down in order to enter. Feel gratitude, foundational appreciation for the steadiness that this door in the floor, in the ground, represents. So firmly planted, anchored in your particular place and space and time, rooted and grown up right out of the ground in the here and now for you. Feel a deep appreciation as you reach out for the doorknob. See it glistening, beautifully designed and artistic in its creation. Perhaps it's crystal cut or gold and carved. Maybe it's wooden or brass. Maybe it's diamond even, or emerald. Reach out and grasp it and feel its texture, its validity and solidity. Take a breath for a moment as you turn it and feel, breathe life into the action, the visualization, the creation of the moment. Let it be a co-creation as that door opens and darkness reveals itself to you, opening into the root cellar, first floor of the tower, deep red, maroon, brick, maybe it's even firelight, met in your eyes, in your being, as you step into and onto this ground level floor. Maybe it's even a dirt floor, clay, brown, red even. Maybe it's made of brick or stone. Perhaps it's cave-like in this space, rooted in the ground. Take a moment for yourself to sense the gravity here, the deepness, the darkness, that feeling of being held within that comes with knowing you're underground, the reverence of Mother Earth's heartbeat all around. Seeing maybe windows at eye level or higher, knowing you're in the basement, in the root cellar of your vessel. Feel your root where you meet the earth in your physical body. Feel the ground holding you. Visualize like roots growing down, confirming to you a purposeful placement, just like this tower has a purposeful placement. Breathe in life down into those roots, down into your toes, arches of your feet and ankles, down into the legs, the knees and thighs. Breathe life into the floor and walls of your root cellar. See how the firelight reflects on the clay, the dirt, the brick, the rock. Red, brown, dark dark shadows. Breathe life into this center in space. Take your time. Feel your feet on the ground. Walk around. Feel the beaten down smoothness of the floor. Know that many have walked this same space and area. Your mother and father and theirs, their mother and father and theirs, generations, one after another. For a path is worn by walking, and this path is smooth. This floor is worn. It is worn in, not old and worn out, not downtrodden or trodden on. No, it is worn in like your favorite sweater, like your oldest blanket. It is well known and cared for, like an old photo, revered and treasured. So feel that presence of gratitude and appreciation in this place and space, in the physical security it offers, like nourishment and nutrients all of its own. In its own way, it gives us fuel, enlivens us, keeps us going, for it is the firm foundation we securely reside upon always. As eternal and ever-present as the ground, as the earth, as the sun and the moon will rise and fall, following each other, just as the breath, inhale and exhale, follow one after another, always and forever, for as long as it takes. For as the day breaks and each breath makes its way, coming again for another, and your eyes awaken for another day, you know there's more yet to come. The promise is still alive and active. So breathe life into it and make it count. Make it the best yet. Why not? Be grateful for your chance to walk this floor, to feel it under your feet, to feel it like a gentle hug or embrace around you. Just like that sensation of being underground brings us. That sensation of knowing you are held within. That's the present of the root cellar. That is the gift of our ancestors, for they have already done the walking. They have already built the layer which we stand upon now. Only because of them can we feel so secure. So take a moment to feel the gratitude as you look around, and maybe notice, like the dawn happens gradually, a lightening in this place and space has taken place gradually. Maybe you can see more clearly this root cellar area. Not only can you see the brickwork or stone or cave floor and some walls, but perhaps there's a fire pit or even an oven or stove area, a pot hanging over an open flame, or a wood-burning stove in a corner, a hearth and mantle, a large table, even. Perhaps you notice a pantry area, a rug, chairs. Take a moment to really breathe life into the center. Let the movement of your breath, the energy of it, send a ripple effect through the center, calling to life the consciousness held within it, sending a message to the organic life within it. Creator consciousness is here. It acknowledges the center and its own unique level and layer of consciousness. And as you breathe in light and love, just notice and observe. Take stock and witness. Allow the physical sensations to lead the way here in this rooted, deeply solid space. As you walk around in this space, perhaps notice an area where you could sit, just as you found an area to sit or lie down before you started this video. Maybe you notice it looks similar to where you've chosen to sit now. Or it could be completely different. Go with what calls to you and rest again, my friend. Sit down. Maybe it's a rug upon the ground in front of a fire. Maybe it was woven by a great-great-grandmother. Maybe even an animal skin, which was spirit animal of an ancestor. Such a distant past, it would seem like a whole other world to us. Perhaps you're seated in a rocking chair built by a grandfather. Take your place among your ancestors and know that they, like you, took this place and space and sat down every once in a while. So sit down and feel grateful. Connect with your breath again. Feeling grateful for the breath, for this simple, ancient, everlasting practice, spiritual ritual, routine, and exercise. Listen to the sound and song of your breath. Let it fill you up. Create a song to sing, a note, sound, or word that comes to mind for the inhale and the exhale. Holding a beat, a place and space of reverence, a frequency all its own, with the retainment between each inhale and exhale. sing the song of your breath in the space of your ancestors, in this beautiful root cellar of your tower. Make it loud, make it proud. Let them know you are grateful for your chance at life. Let them hear how much you appreciate the gift that is the breath that comes with holding the torch, the flame of aliveness, the light and love of the Creator. Feel the breath fueling the song, tingling through you, reverberating and creating motion and movement. Move with it if you feel called to. Let your song bring dance with it. For movement of the body is just as ancient a practice, ritual, and routine as is conscious breath and breathing. Our ancestors brought life through physical movement, expression of the body vessel through motion. So let that inspire you to move if it does. Breathing and moving. Moving energy, moving your spirit, moving your body. Maybe you physically move even. Or in your mind's eye, you get up and walk that ancient floor or dance in it, upon it for a moment. Maybe there's a drum beat that comes with the pulsing of your heart even. Feel it, answer it, live in the calling and in the moment. You are called to here in the moment. Feel the fire within you and within the space growing brighter, lighting up that root cellar space like a bonfire. Maybe you feel the presence of ancestors gathered around it even. The space expanding, becoming wide open like you're outside, gathered in a great, special, ancient ritual and practice, gathering even. Or maybe you're just recalling in memory here, sitting in solitude in front of your own fire, in your own root cellar space. The shadows casted in your memory like that upon the wall of this cavernous place. Breathe life into them. They are as real as if they are happening now. Breathe and dance and move. Stamp or walk. Circle, clap or beat. breathe, sing, chant. Feel the wholeness, the deep, ancient, grounded ritual release, cyclic practice that comes with connecting in this way, in remembering and honoring the deep practices, memories of this great rooted space, center of energies. Feel held, firm and solid. Know so many have built upon these same sacred truths, these simple ancient practices. For they come with new inspirations, enlightenments, each time, for each of us in our own way. So receive yours and feel your own integral part within the lineage, within the great group that makes up your solid foundation, that has lived and walked, still lives and walks within this great tower, your tower. Trust, have faith in its firm foundation, in its realness. Know that it is a place and space that you can retreat into and be held, nourished, and supported, fully safe. Within yourself, your own being. Anytime you would like, for it is deeply rooted within your own self. Feel that anchored point at the base of the spine, within your own physical body. Remember how you sat upon the ground, or in that chair, or you laid down upon that bed, cot, or couch. Feel the spine, the back, solid place and space of your physical body in your own creator consciousness that creates that physical boundary of your physical body. Yes, the you in the now. See that rooted, anchored, final point at the bottom of the spine. see it like an anchor dropping down and down, like those roots growing, anchoring you. Feel that red light pulsating deeply, lighting up, glowing magnificently, warming the spot on which you rest, sending warmth and security up the spine, through each vertebrae, climbing up, lighting the tower as it goes, climbing up through orange, through the thoracic spine, up towards the abdomen and belly button. It's turning yellow, lighting up the belly button and abdomen now, the home office and ego center, through the ribs, the solar plexus, diaphragm lights up, yellow, bright as the sun, as it rises higher through the chest, the intercostal ribs and sternum. It's gaining in its deepness, turning green, bright emerald as it raises through the chest into the heart, into collarbones, the shoulders, the upper back, shoulder blades, glistening emeralds, into the neck. It turns blue, higher into the throat, bringing with it a breath of fresh air through a blue sky, lighting up the tower, outside and within, meeting external and internal with the breath again, breathing in, matching the light, breathing freshness into the floors below, feeling that movement through all of the floors of the tower, all the way down to the root, passing up now further. It makes its way into the mind's eye, the observatory. Your brows, your face is filled with fresh air, fresh ideas and thoughts flow through, creating space in the jaw, releasing tension, breathing through the mouth and teeth, letting go of words unsaid, breathing in through the nose, fresh, fluid ideas, crisp clarity, flowing through the ears and the back of the head, letting new things be heard and be seen in that mind's eye, in the blankness of the imagination space. Breathe into the back of the head and the occipital lobe. Fill up your mind and head with new ideas and fresh air, filling up to the very tippity top of the head, to the spire, up and out to the crown, to the very space around you, flowing out through the top of that spire, feeling the whole tower just as you feel your whole body. Let the breath move from the root cellar all the way through, up through the turrets and the balcony, up through the attic, through the tippity top of your tower, up and out and around, through the space and air around your tower even. See like a reverberation, like your aura around your body. Your breath creates a ripple effect around your tower, bringing in air, energy, and information from around your tower space. Sending out information, love, and light from your tower on your exhale. Take a moment to really watch that visualization and breathe life into that image and cycle. Feeling the tower move with the breath. Each floor, place in space, affected, impacted in its own way. Curtains moving, pictures, dust, rugs, bedding, tapestries fluttering. The energies, people, and life forms within. Breathing along, feeling the breath in their place in space. See how even the tower's plumbing, its architecture, the walls, the plaster, the flooring, it even stretches and moves with the breath. See if, like an observer, you could get up from the floor, the root cellar now. Stand up and walk out. Walk to the door again, turning that beautiful knob, opening to daylight. Breathe in the fresh air as you walk up the stairs and onto the ground around your tower. Breathe, look around, see the air, see the wind, remember that sun or moon, time of day or night it is. Maybe it's changed even, maybe it was night and now it's day, or it was sunset and now it's night. Turn around and look at your tower. Remember the breath and the breathing. And watch your tower for a moment. see the tiny, subtle movements of its breath, of how the breath is moving it. Maybe you see that curtain fluttering from the window on the 3rd floor. Or perhaps you see someone in the window. Maybe you can see the walls of your tower stretching outwards slightly and contracting inwards with the breath. Maybe there's noises, creaking, or chimes, tingling. Perhaps you hear music coming from a floor, or the sounds of life happening indoors. Yes, there is subtle conscious life that goes on without you, without your present conscious notice. And that's okay. It's beautiful, for it is part of that foundation which you know holds you so subtly, yet strongly, eternally. So as you stand outside the tower, give thanks for all the movements that take place without your conscious awareness. And maybe you could even give thanks to your physical body and to your organ systems and to the breathing, the beating, the blinking, processing, the pulsating, the sorting through, the releasings, the integrations, all of those micro-processes that on a cellular level so much of your conscious being is doing all the time. And yet your conscious awareness takes no notice. Breathe into those for a moment and let them know Creator does appreciate them, does notice them, couldn't do life without them, in fact. They are such integral parts of the Creator's chance to love life, to experience enjoyability and pleasure, productivity, positivity, to expand, explore, and discover anew. Can only happen when these base level functions are taken care of somewhere in the steady background. So give thanks to your steady background, to your tower, your body vessel that holds you up, to your ancestors who've come before you to hold you up in the now, just as you will inevitably hold others up after. For it is all one, as we are all one. And now, I thank you for doing this beautiful alchemic practice of listening to the body vessel, to physicality, to that first, initial, foundational center, our root, our physical being. I hope you'll return to this practice again. And if you so choose, you might turn around and find your most comfortable, luxurious bed, your dream sleeping space, right behind you, elegantly prepared divinely by your higher self, your angels, your guardians, Mother Earth, by God, to lay your beautiful head down. Find a peaceful, restorative, and restful sleep. Or you might find yourself energized at this moment and ready, restored, refueled, and prepared to walk on that path, to beat down that pathway a little bit more by walking on. And so find your feet already moving, my friend, on that beautiful path, leading you upwards, forwards, towards the light. The brightness of your day returning, physicality. Wiggle your fingers and toes, and you may open your eyes when you're ready. I thank you for taking this time for yourself, for choosing your own adventure, your own healing, and your own sovereign purpose. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.